All right, today we are going to start a little bit new section of the linear functions unit, where today we are going to start writing equations. Before we do that, let's look at this do now that is a little review from yesterday. Let's actually review from 2 days ago, but all right. Write the following function in y equals mx plus b forward and graph it. I cannot graph it without it saying y equals some number, x plus some number. So first I need to start by getting rid of anything that is not y. I want only y on that side. So I need to get rid of that 8x. So I'm going to subtract 8x from both sides. When I do that, I will get negative 4y is equal to. I'm not going to write 20 minus 8x because I like my x to come first. So I'm going to write negative 8x plus 20. Then to get rid of that negative 4, I'm going to have to divide each number by negative 4. So then I will have y equals negative 8 divided by negative 4 is 2. So 2x. And then 20 divided by negative 4 is negative 5. So now there's two ways to graph this. I could either say, what is my m? My m is the number next to b, which is x, which is 2 over 1. And then my b is whatever number doesn't have an x, so it would be negative 5. This means I'm going to start by going negative 5 on the y-axis, so down 5 and put a point. Then with the slope, I'm going to go up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1. Up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1. All right, that's probably good. And now I could start going down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1. And now I will connect these points. That was a very bad straight line. I will connect these points. I'll put some arrows, and I could graph it by saying y equals 2x minus 5. Another way I could have done this is I could have typed into my calculator 2x minus 5, enter, and then looked at my table. Let's see if my points match up. 0, negative 5, good, I have that point. Negative 1, 7. That means go to left 1, down 7. Yep, I got that. Then the point 1, negative 3. Yep, that looks good. 2, negative 1. Yep, looks good. So you can do it either way. It's a lot quicker to just do it the slope and y-intercept way. But regardless of which method you choose for the graphing, you're always going to have to rewrite the equation in terms of y equals mx plus b. Alright, so today we are going to learn how to write an equation of a line when we are given a slope and a y-intercept, or we might be given a graph. So remember, our equation is y equals mx plus b. Our base equation is y equals mx plus b. Here I am told that my slope is 2 over 3, so I'm going to replace m with 2 over 3, and then I'm going to replace b with negative 8. And that's it. Let's look at this question. My m is 0. Alright, let me write my base equation, y equals mx plus b. I was just told that my slope is 0, so I'm going to have 0x, and my y-intercept is b is 5, so I'm going to have plus 5. Now I don't like 0x, that looks weird to me, so I could just get rid of it. So my final answer would just be y equals 5. And remember, a line like y equals 5 where there is no x is just going to be an up and down, a left and right line that goes through the point 5. That's what it's going to be. Alright. Now, I want you guys to quickly try this on your own. Shouldn't take much time at all. Try this. Write an equation of a line now that we are given the slope and we are given the y-intercept. Pause the video and try this. Remember, our base equation is y equals mx plus b. We know that our m is negative 7, so replace the m with negative 7x, and our b is 1. And that's our final equation. And let's look at this next one. We have y equals mx plus b. Y, we don't know what y is, so leave it as y. We shouldn't know what y is. M is negative 3x, and b is 0, so plus 0. It's not common to write 0, so just cross it out, and we would just have y equals negative 3x. So, anytime that we are going to want to write an equation, we are first going to have to know what our slope is, and then we are going to have to know what our y-intercept is. Sometimes we'll be given both that information, sometimes we might be given none of that information, but we are going to learn how to find that information. So if we wanted to write a linear equation from a graph, we would first start by finding out what is our y-intercept. Ask ourselves, where did the graph cross the y-axis? Once we have that point, we are going to locate another point on the graph. Then we will identify our slope by counting our rise and then counting our run. Make sure if our line is going down, we have a negative slope, but also make sure that if our line is going up, we have a positive slope. Once we found our y-intercept and our slope, we can then write the equation in slope-intercept form. And let's try this. So, our y-intercept, ask ourselves, where does this cross the y-axis? It crosses at 4. So our y-intercept is 4. And now for the slope, we have to find 2 points on this graph. I'll use that point, and I could use this point. Now I'm going to ask myself, how much did I rise? Well, I didn't go up here. I went down. My line's going down. I went down 1, 2, 3. I went down 3, which means my first number will be 3. And I went to the right 1, 2. So my equation is going to be y equals negative 3 over 2x. And because my y-intercept is positive, I'll put plus 4. And that is the first example of how we are going to write an equation given a slope and given a graph where we need to find the slope and the y-intercept. Alright, let's look at this one. First, find our slope. Here, our slope again is 4. Okay? And now let me find another point on the graph. I'll use this point. Just another point I found. Let's see, I went up how much times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll be 6 over, how much did I run? 1, 2. I think I could reduce that. Let me type that in the calculator. 6 over 2 would just be 3. So my slope is y equals, always write the slope first, 3x plus our b, which is our y-intercept, 4. And that is my equation in slope-intercept form. And now I actually want you guys to do this. Try to pause the video, think of what this answer would be. First, find our y-intercept. Here, our y-intercept is 2. It crosses the axis at 2. And then find another point on the line. I'll find this one. I went up 1, 2. And I ran 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I could reduce that. Let me check. That becomes 1/2. So my equation will be y equals whatever my slope is, so 1/2. I rise 1, go to the right 2, and then x, and my y-intercept is positive, so plus 2. And this is my equation of the graph that is right there. Alright. Now, what is the equations of these graphs? Alright. Here I see we're going through the point y equals -4. So that is literally my equation. And here I'm going through this point right here, which is at -7, and that's on the x-axis. So this equation is x equals -4. I know you guys know that a y-axis goes vertically, but that equation for a y-axis is actually x equals 0. Vertical axes are always x equals, and horizontal is y equals. And let's just look at this throwback question real quick. We want to start throwing it back. Now that we have 1 through 4 units, I'm sure that we have forgot some stuff about the first, second, third unit, so we want to throw it back to make sure we remember everything. This question says, when 2x minus 3 squared is subtracted from 5x squared. Ooh, subtracted from. I'm going to have to reverse the order. So I'm going to have to do 5x squared minus this thing squared. That just means to write that thing twice. So 2x minus 3 and 2x minus 3. I like to take care of parentheses first, so let me do those parentheses first. 2x times 2x. 2x times 2x is going to be 4x squared. 2x times -3 is going to be -6x. Negative 3 times 2x is going to be negative 6x. And negative 3 times negative 3 is going to be 9. Alright. Now let's see what else I got here. I still have my 5x squared. I have to distribute that negative, so it's going to be negative 4x squared plus 6x plus 6x minus 9. You could have also simplified first. That would have been fine. 5x squared minus 4x squared is 1x squared. All of them have 1x squared, so that doesn't help me. 6x plus 6x is 12x. Let me get rid of any of those that have the negative 12x. And then we just have the negative 9. So our answer would be choice 3. Good job. Alright, so hopefully by the end of this lesson we know how to write equations given a slope and a y-intercept, or given a graph where we need to find that slope and the y-intercept on our own.